Okay, so this problem, you asked about what a complementary event is, and so basically it's a very definition-y question. And the complementary events are events that are the only two events that can happen in a situation. So for instance, a really popular example would be like a coin toss. In a coin toss, you have two things that can happen. You can either get heads or you can get tails, but they are really the only two types of events that can happen in a coin toss. So for this problem, you actually have three things that can happen given in the problem. So you could pull a green marble, you could pull a red marble, you could pull a blue marble. So in this case, you really need to kind of configure the problem so there are only two scenarios that could happen. So I'm kind of looking for in each answer choice a two scenario option. If it leaves out one of the third section, then it's not really combining it into two scenarios. So for instance, if you pull a red marble and that's your first situation, the second situation needs to include the other two options so that you only have two situations. So it would have to be green or blue to make this complementary events. In this case, they only say the second marble is green, so that doesn't make sense. The first marble is blue would mean your second event needs to include red or green. And in this problem, they say blue and then blue, so that doesn't even include the other two situations at all. Your first marble is green, which would mean to be complementary events, you have to include the other two. It would be red or blue. And that actually does work. And for the last one, if you're pulling your first marble is green and the second marble is red or green, it does include three situations, but there is a repeat in the situation. It's not going to be complementary events. In a complementary event, this question could also come up, you are getting 100% of the options. Meaning your probability of those things happening, either red and then green or blue, could be 100% of all the options described.